Hello there. Welcome to our demonstration video of interactive windows, a poor man's window to freedom. Imagine sitting in a dark indoor office environment with no windows. Now imagine introducing a window to this scene. It makes it better and brighter. Don't you agree? With interactive windows, we aim to help people who work or live in windowless indoor environments in a cost-efficient manner. Research has shown that introducing windows to such environments has numerous physiological and psychological benefits. What you can see here is the first out of 4 scenes. In this scene we have an aquarium with fish moving around. The aquarium is bounded to each side by walls such that you get a clear feeling of depth. Also note that we have a lighting effects on the walls and various objects placed in the scene for added realism. When the user moves around, the content of the screen updates according to the position of the user's head. This gives the feeling of 3D which is evident in this video. When the user moves to the edges of the screen, note that the corresponding edge of the aquarium aligns. This improves the feeling that the aquarium is a natural extension to the real world and thus makes it feel more like a window. In this setup you can see the Kinect below the TV, and you might just note the computer rendering a scene in the lower left corner of the video. One last thing to note is that this is not the setup we envision using in a fully developed version of this product. Here we imagine that the screen is placed on the wall in a non-intrusive manner such that it actually looks like a real window. Now we move on to the second scene, in which we have a view of an island. The first difference between this scene and the aquarium is that this scene has sound in it. This is meant to greatly enhance the user's feeling of presence. The main difference, however, is that we no longer have any walls to give us depth cues, but instead we have an open terrain. We do have objects giving us these depth cues, and though it might not be obvious on the video, movement in the scene is noticeable. There are quite a few elements in this scene adding to the realism. This is, for example, the refractive surface of the water and the birds flying in the sky. These next 2 scenes are different from the first 2. They are not in 3D but simply flat panes containing an image or a video. In this scene you see a view over Melbourne. The scene is static as we are simply using an image. Note that when the user moves closer to the screen, a larger part of the scenery becomes visible as would be expected of an actual window. Also note that when the user moves from side to side or up and down, more of the view in the opposite direction becomes visible. We have also augmented this scene with an artificial sun to make the scene more alive, and our user tests showed that this actually worked. This scene is much like scene 3, except we use a video instead of an image for the plane. The environment in this scene is a cornfield with mountains in the distance. The movement on the screen is meant to add realism to it, but unfortunately the quality of the used video is so poor that this proved unsuccessful during our user tests. In our limited research, we found that it is possible to provoke physiological and psychological responses using virtual reality. Interactive windows might just one day be a replacement to real windows, with the only drawback that they can't be opened for fresh air.